Okay guys, so we're going to continue with our standard and we're going to look at the part that is here in purple that says analyze the important achievements of Mesopotamian civilization including monumental architecture, meaning the ziggurat. We have talked a lot about the ziggurat in our unit of study so far, so I don't think I need to tell you a whole lot more about it, but I did want to give you a picture and let you see exactly how big this was. So you can see our troops that are heading up the ziggurat and some that are standing in front of the ziggurat. Remember, the ziggurat is located in Mesopotamia. Yes, they have found some still standing. Remember, Mesopotamia is present-day Iraq, so our troops are over there, have been over there, will probably continue to be over there, but they have found one of the ziggurats in Mesopotamia, and you can see here that they're going up the steps of the ziggurat to get to the top. And then if you look here at this picture, you can see exactly how big the ziggurat is. So yes, you better be pretty healthy and have some pretty long or pretty strong legs to be able to make it up to the top of the ziggurat. If you look really carefully, right here's a soldier standing on the tip top. So that will give you a pretty good idea of how big these things were. So when we talk about monumental architecture, we talk about big, huge. Monumental is something that is huge. It's enormous. So the Sumerians were able to make the mud bricks that they made and build the ziggurat that, remember, hopefully you remember who lived on the tip top, or that they believed lived on the tip top. And imagine if you were the priest and you had to walk up these steps and down these steps at least 3 times a day, if not more. So I wanted you to see a picture of how big they were so that you would get a better understanding of the enormous size of the ziggurats. Alright, the second one that we're looking at is the art, which is a large relief sculpture, mosaics, and cylinder seals. Alright, this is relief sculpture. And what it is it is a sculpture that's made, and the characters that are on the sculpture are actually kind of like coming out of the sculpture. So if you ran your hand across this, you would be able to feel the lion or the tiger's teeth. You would be able to feel the soldiers' hats and their swords, and the horses, and the lion here. So the way that I always had my students remember what this means is if these characters were alive and they were in this clay, then it would be a relief for them to be able to get out of it. So you can just kind of imagine them trying to push their way out of this clay, and that will help you remember that this is a relief sculpture. It would be a relief if they were able to get out of that clay. Now hopefully you can see here we have a spoked wheel, so I'm hoping that gives you a clue as to who these people might have been. Maybe we'll talk about that in class and see if you remember. Alright, let's move to the next one. Alright, another type of artwork that the Sumerians did were mosaics. Mosaics are where you take a little pieces of tile or glass or rock or stone and you create a pattern out of it. So if you look really carefully here, you can see a chevron pattern. You can see the dark, the light, the reddish color. See it? And then you can even get up here and see this grayish blue. So you could form with these different little cylinders or rocks or stones or pebbles or glass or paper or whatever you want. But you can take these and you can put colors together to form a pattern that you can see, and it makes it much more decorative. Now you can kind of see that same pattern here, but here it maybe looks a little bit different. So this one may have been different from this one, and this one as well may have been different from this one. So these two patterns right here and right here might have been the same, and this pattern might have been the same. I don't know. But mosaics right here, are a type of artwork that the Sumerians were able to do on some of their buildings. All right, let's look at the next one now. All right, this is a cylinder seal. A cylinder seal is a cylinder, usually made out of stone, and you can see that there's engravings on it. See the bird and the lady here? Well, when you take this cylinder then and you run it over wet clay, it produces a relief sculpture. This is engraved in, so it's pushed in to this stone, and then when you roll it over the clay, this makes the relief sculpture. Now we'll be making cylinder seals if you make an 80 or above on your test, and you'll actually use this cylinder seal to put on your cuneiform tablet. Now you can see over here I've got a video ready for you. I don't think there's any sound to this video, and it's really short, but it shows you how a cylinder seal works. So I'm going to let you watch this real quick. Yes, it is playing. There it is. So this is a 3D image of a cylinder seal. You can see the engraving on it. Alright, so it's turning. And you're going to see a piece of wet clay appear. So you run this cylinder seal onto the wet clay, and because the images on the cylinder are engraved in, it will form a relief sculpture. And I think they picked this up. Yes, so you can see what the pattern was on the cylinder seal, and then you can see the relief sculpture that you made on the clay. So see, how cool is that? So like I said, we're going to be making cylinder seals and cuneiform tablets if you make an 80 or above on your test. So you get to make one of these little cool things. Alright, so now that has covered us on our system of writing. We had a video for that. We watched a video on the Epic of Gilgamesh, and now this video is on the monumental architecture, the ziggurat, the relief sculptures, the mosaics, and the cylinder seals. So as soon as you finish this video, which I'm pretty sure you're probably done now. Let's see. Yep, you are. So now that you have finished this video, you can work on your next activity. So you will need to see your teacher to find out what that is. Alright, we're done with this one. See you, bye.